So, I couldn't have give a shit about Yuya reuniting with his dad, Yugioh. Like, we've hardly seen anything between them. We've hardly heard Yuya talk about him. If he does talk about him, he just kind of wants to see him. I didn't really care when Yuya lost Yuzu for a while, because he keeps losing now. Okay, that was actually quite a nice reunion, because it sort of had like a little moment in like just before she got like sucked up into a portal. So, that was okay. But what I wanted to see for a while now is Yugo getting reunited with Rin. Because you can see some actual emotion from this character. Like, I think that Yugo could very potentially have been the main character. Because he shows a lot more, like, personality than Yuya, to be honest with you. I really like Yugo. I think he's the best one of all the Yuyas. Like, if you just swapped him with Yuya, I wouldn't have minded. So, this series, we've been following it. We finally get to this point where Yugo has met Rin in the tower. We get to see Rin's personality, and like however Yugo has like betrayed her, it was awesome to see him like go do his classic Rin and then get kneed straight in the stomach. She's kind of got like a tsundere fiery personality kind of thing, but she just immediately switches tones and she's like, "Where have you been? I've been here helpless and alone, and I've been waiting for you to come." And she like hugs him. And I was like, oh, this is a sweet moment. And then it pans out, doesn't it? And then we see that crazy new guy. We need to find out who that is. He's holding the parasite card, and then it cuts to Rin with this like shadow under her eyes. And then Yugo's like, oh, he's going to be alright now. And she does that like ominous smile. And you're like, God damn it. Why would you ruin this moment? Give me one episode with it. Just like, let me be happy. But yeah, they even took that away from me. So in the next episode, we get to see Yugo is going to be dueling against Rin. I think she's going to like trash his D-wheel or something, because you see him all like battered and bruised and like his helmet's all broken. He's talking about his D-wheel, and he puts his D-wheel like dual thing onto his arm, so he like duels normally. So that's going to be pretty cool to see. Now this is where I get a bit mixed up with names. This one is the one I'm a bit shit at. Shun's sister, is she called Ruri? I'm just going to call her Ruri for the rest of this review. We're going to find out. So we get to see her in this episode as well, which we hadn't seen her talk, I don't think. I think we've had a few flashbacks with her. But it was actually nice to see her. She seems alright. She seems like a nice enough girl. I think she's got the best like character design of all the Yuzus. So the best Yuzu is Ruri, and the best Yuya is Yugo. So yeah, there's my opinions on the best ones. She didn't show any display of like mind control just yet, but I think that's coming in the next episode because you see Shun looking a bit worried. So we'll see that anyway. So something that I noticed though, if mind control with these parasite cards is a thing, then the smile that Rin gave when it was like really like big like this, it was a very similar smile to the one that it was very similar to the one that Yuri normally does. So I don't think it's true, but there's a very slim chance that Yuri is actually quite a decent guy, but he's being mind controlled by one of these things because he kind of like smiles like that girl did. But I'm not holding out much hope on that theory. I think Yuri is probably just a nutcase. Like, yeah, he just likes to duel to destroy people, I guess. But, yeah. Someone said a good theory where his ace monster that we've been seeing for ages, that Star Venom Dragon, that's not his actual ace monster. He's got another one or something like that. So I'd like to see that, if that's true. But, yeah, pretty interesting. So, where do I think this series is going so far? So, we've had all the Yuzus sort of, they were all separated. They were all with each of the Yuyas in all these different universes, and they've all been brought together. So, someone put a good theory where, basically, with all of them out the way together, that means all of the Yuyas can come together and basically unite without anyone teleporting them away. So, that was one theory, which I think is the right theory, to be honest with you. But why do they want to unite these four characters together? Well, this leads on to my theory that the Professor is not as big of a dick as people think he is. So, he says in this episode that I think it's time that we let Yugioh know the truth or something like that. It was something along them lines. So, I think that Yugioh might have had a misunderstanding with what the Professor's goals are. Like, everyone thinks he just wants to unite the four dimensions to rule over them all. Unite them all together. Make everything the fusion dimensions, something like that. I think there is a greater threat, kind of like the light of destruction or the gentle darkness or whatever it is. It's this ominous force that's probably been approaching these universes that somehow the Professor has known about, because obviously he was one of the pioneers of this like dimensional travel. He learned of this force coming, and he realised that each of the dimensions individually, they don't stand a chance against this. So maybe together they can win against it. Obviously, just taking over the different dimensions would probably be a bad way of doing it. Perhaps you could have told them that, yo, there's this monstrosity coming. We should team up. But that's just a theory, so I'd like to see what they're doing. Maybe he knew that there were these different Yugios in these different universes, so they could be kind of combined together. Maybe they're created. I don't know. It's strange. Why is it only Yugios and Yuzus get alternate counterparts? I'm just so confused. And I think there was a subtle hint that Akaba Reggie knows what Akaba Leo is going for, because there's a bit where Yuya asks Sora if he knows what they're collecting the Yuzus for, and it like cuts to Reggie for like a second. So I think he knows kind of what's going to go on. So it'll be interesting to see if Akaba Reggie turns out to be a bad guy. He's not actually trying to stop his dad. He's been maneuvering the Lancers towards this goal the whole time. That would be interesting turn of events. I just want to go back to Yugo and Rin for just a second. Are they like confirmed going out kind of thing? Because they seem like a couple kind of thing, which I thought would be quite cool if this series actually went there and just have one of the alternate versions just being in a relationship. Which obviously if Yuya and Yuzu saw that, they'd be like blushing and things like that. And then they maybe consider themselves in a relationship. I just thought it was an interesting thought. Also, did anyone notice that Kite and Yugo both just barge down a metal door, like by bumping into it? I don't know if you've ever tried to break into a metal door, but it was bending like it was plastic and they just sort of broke through. The only other thing I wanted to say was the way that Kite and Yugo won their duels was pretty cool. We got to see Crystal Wings Synchro Dragon, which was pretty awesome. And obviously we saw the return of Neo Galaxy Eyes, Cypher Dragon. So yeah, it was pretty good. Good episode, I enjoyed it. So looking forward to next week where we get to see the Rin and Ruri dueling each other. I hope it's Ruri. I hope I'm not getting her name wrong. But yeah. So let me know what your theories are for the rest of this series. What did you think of my theories? Do you think any of them hold weight? Just let me know below. And thanks a lot for watching. Right then guys, so recently I subscribed to Loot Crate. Specifically I subscribed to Loot Anime. They specialise in sending Loot Anime related stuff. And I thought that I'd do an unboxing for you guys and show you the kind of stuff I got. Unfortunately, I'm in the future, so I've already opened it all, so I know what I get. This is what the box looks like after you've turned it inside out. It's kind of like a treasure chest, which we're going to see a treasure